Our next guest is a man on a mission, Paul Ruby, diagnosed with Parkinson's several years ago. But Paul decided the best way for him to move forward was to create the Paul Ruby Foundation for Parkinson's Research. There are two fundraisers coming up, and Paul and his 12-year-old son, Logan, a volunteer himself, join us now. Thank you so much for being with us.
Nice to be here.
Has to be a struggle to get that diagnosis when they're so uncertain of how it can be cured.
Well, it's troubling, but you make the best of what you have to work with.
And how did that motivate you to come up with this foundation? I mean, you've raised several $100,000 in the last few years. That's quite an accomplishment as well.
The community's been very supportive, and what started out as a single fundraiser turned into a foundation, and 5 years later we're on our 5th annual Cancer for a Cure.
Yeah. Now, you've actually teamed up with the Bears. I want to ask you about this public service announcement, but first, let's listen in now and see it for ourselves.
Nearly 1.5 million Americans suffer from Parkinson's disease.
Parkinson's is a progressive disease and one of the most common neurodegenerative ailments in the country.
It attacks the central nervous system, affecting a person's ability to control their own movement.
The Paul Ruby Foundation for Parkinson's Research needs your support to help find a cure. Team up with the Chicago Bears and the Paul Ruby Foundation to tackle Parkinson's disease.
So interesting. I mean, education and everything seem to be such a big part of it as well.
Right, spreading awareness has really been good.
Because it's so difficult to diagnose?
It's tough to diagnose, that they're making progress in that regard and making a lot of progress with finding a cure.
Okay, so let's talk about these two fundraisers. I think we have one of them is on August 27th. It's a concert for the cure, and also another one, the Sub-5 Century Challenge, which is on September 11th. Tell us about these events and how hopeful you are that they can bring forward some help.
Well, the concert on the 27th is our largest fundraiser. About hopefully close to 2,000 people will be in attendance.
Wow.
11 bands and two stages. Lots of good family activities going on.
Yeah. Now Logan too. He's a volunteer. You said you had a couple that you wanted to mention. That makes this a great family event.
Yeah, I volunteered to be in the dunk tank, and I'm just excited for my friends to dunk me in it.
I bet you're going to make a lot of money, Logan.
Yeah.
But what do you ultimately hope to from these fundraisers? Awareness, but as well, you're hoping that this money will do what?
Well, we're raising money for the Parkinson's and Movement Disease Disorder Center at Northwestern. Mm-hmm. We fund research projects that look promising, and we're excited about making another large donation this year.
All right. Well, thank you both for joining us. Paul Ruby.
Thank you.
Son Logan, give me a handshake. All right, and good luck with that. Oh, everyone's going to want to put some money on you for that dunk tank. Send us some pictures, will you?
Okay.
And good luck with both events. Thank you both so
Thank
much
you
for being here this morning. Stefan?
All right, Kim, thank you much.